Hey, my name is Tanisha Robinson Brown, and this is my PSA announcement on nicotine. Let's talk about something that affects millions of people every single day. And it can just start off as a casual habit, just something so little as just taking a smoke break and not thinking that it can be harmful, but it's not just harmful, it's highly addictive and dangerous for our body and our health. And if you're smoking or consuming nicotine in any way, shape, or form, you may not realize how dangerous it can be on our health and right now and down the road. I want to talk about some effects of the nicotine on our bodies and what it can do and how we can help ourselves before it's too late. When smoking, nicotine, or even consuming or being around someone that's smoking, our um our bloodstream absorbs all of it and it goes into effect immediately. It travels so fast to our brain and that it can start causing this rush. And this rush develop this hit, this feel good. And that's when our brain is tricked to thinking that the reward is happening. But unfortunately, that's just the nicotine tricking us into thinking that that's happened is a reward there. And that's when our addiction start. And that's when the damage pick up and it starts right along with the addiction. Nicotine affect our lungs so bad. Every time that we inhale the smoke, you're breathing in not just the nicotine, but the toxins that come along with it. You taking in all of these heavy metals and all of the unknown that's in the cigarette, and it is being ingested right into the lungs. And this can damage our lung tissue. Also, smoking causes tart. Yes, tart in our lungs, making it harder for us to breathe, and it creates a lot of mucus in our lungs. So when we're coughing and making that's why they call it the smoker's cough. Have that smoker's cough is super hard to get rid of because that comes from smoking constantly. This makes it harder for our lungs to absorb the oxygen that we need, leading to some serious, very serious conditions like bronchitis that is related to asthma and also lung disease, something that no one wants to experience. These diseases does not just happen overnight, but the damage is almost immediately, making it hard to breathe, and it can affect us for the rest of our life. Then let's talk about our heart. The heart is also affected by nicotine. Nicotine increases our heart rate and it also raises our blood sugar. Yeah, I mean, our blood pressure. Yes, our blood pressure, it raises it. This put extra stress onto our heart and on the blood vessels, and it can cause a whole bunch of different conditions such as heart disease. We can have strokes, heart attacks. It can also lead up to the brain and have issues within the brain, not just mentally, but physically as well. And sometimes it could be too late. Smoking can lead to these risks, and these risks can lead to very, very unhealthy lifestyles. Nicotine also changes the way your brain works. Yes, it tailors our brain. It affects the dopamine, and that's the chemical that makes us feel good. Like I mentioned before, the reward system. Over time, the brain becomes dependent on smoking, and it makes you feel like you need it and it gives you some type of pleasure. And that craving happens on and on again. I remember growing up as a little girl, and my mom and my dad both smoked. And I realized when they didn't have their cigarettes and when they didn't have their nicotine, how their mood would change, how their brain would shift, how their attitude would go from happy to angry until they got their addiction. There was some mean things said. There was some things that was not supposed to be said because of the anger behind not having that hit, that addiction. And that is just a result of being addicted to nicotine. And a lot of people do not understand. A lot of people do not know that secondhand smoke is just as bad as putting a cigarette to your mouth. It's not just putting you at risk, but everybody around you that you will smoke around at risk too. With the younger children, it raises their chances of having um asthma and respiratory infections, and it even come down to having ear infections. And even with the infants, this makes it a higher chance for the infants to for the infants to suffer from, or not suffer from, for the infants to have a risk of sudden infant death syndrome, said. So the damage is just not happening to you. It's happening to every single body around you. And here's some ways to quit in. There's the up part about it. I know quitting may seem impossible, and yes, it can be hard. Nicotine is addictive, and it is hard, and it can be overwhelming sometimes, but you can quit. And here, you don't have to do it alone. You got to understand first that it's okay to ask for help. Quitting is hard, but there are plenty of resources out here that'll get us started and get you going with the help that you need to take a better step and a healthier step in the right direction. One thing and resource that I loved that I recommend to my mom and I helped my mom get on was the National Quit Hotline. This is a toll-free number. It's confidential and it's 24 hours. It's 1-800-QUIT now. And this connects you with professionals that help you with getting you connected with your own personal quit plan. Yes, just for you, your own personal quit plan. Not for anybody else, but just for you. They also give you helpful tips and tricks and also support you throughout your journey, letting you know that you are not by yourself. And another great resource that I also recommend to my mom and helped my mom get off of cigarettes 100% is smokefree.org. This website is packed with so much good resources and it's all free to help you quit. It gives you step-by-step quick plans just as well as the 1-800 number as well. You can follow these plans. It gives you advice and give you also advice on how to kick those cravings, also how to stay motivated even when you don't want to. You can even sign up for a text free and it gives you motivation straight to your phone, even in the moments that you didn't even open your phone to look. Just pick it up and you just see a great motivational text that'll help you stay on track with not smoking. And one last thing that I can say that smokefree.org gives a person is an app. This app will help you track your progress. And when you're tracking your progress, you can see how far you came and you can see how close you are to the end of the road of being smoke free and healthier and being the better you that you can be. Listen, I know quitting is not easy. It's not going to be easy, but it can be one of the best things that happen to you in your life. It can be the one of the best things that can get you back on track with your healthy life and being present in your right state of mind without the fog, without the moods, without the toxins in your lungs, without the cravings, without the things that's causing you to, without the addiction. It can start benefiting right away. Within the first hour, your body starts to heal from the addiction that it's had. Your heart rate goes down right along with your blood pressure, and that makes it so good on your health. overall. Within days, you started to feel so much better. You got a boost of energy. Your sight is becoming better. Your taste is becoming better. You feeling more happy and more chippier. And within months, your lungs start to clear out all that toxins and all the mucus and all that tart that it inhaled over the time or over the course of you smoking. You started to breathe better. You started to feel better. And all of that energy just come rushing back to your body. Now, nicotine may feel like it's in control right now. And I want you to know that that's a feeling that you might feel, but you're stronger than nicotine. You're stronger than this. It may be tough at first, and everything at first may be tough. But once you get into a routine and continue to work towards quitting, you will step into a much healthier, much longer lifestyle. I know. I see it every day in my mom. Even though she got some health issues that are long term, ever since my mom put the cigarette down and she allowed me to help her, she has lived a much healthier life than before. She's up on top of her doctor's appointments. She's on top of her bills. She's not a sad or moody or angry person all the time. She's back to being the mom that I knew before she picked up this habit. So if I know my mom can do it at the age of 62, I know that you can do it. So keep trying, keep going, and take those steps. Call the number 1-800 quit now or visit a website, smokefree.org, to find a lot of resources that's tailored to you in your community. You can probably find some groups that can help you with kicking this bad habit. You don't have to do this alone. You don't need to do it alone. The road of quitting is tough, but you're tougher. Your future is worth fighting for. You is worth fighting for. Your family is worth fighting for. So go ahead and take control back over your life. Thank you for listening to my PSA, and I hope you have a very blessed night. Bye.